وعليكم دكتور.
سلام، كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله، كيف حالك؟
صور نحن الوحيدين بالميتنج. في ليتا كمان
ليه؟
موجودة.
المفروض عز يكون موجود أو
ايه لازم عز يكون موجود، بس لازم يكون في 3 بروجرام كوردينيتورز بعد. ما بعرف اذا الاسوشيت دينز والدينز كمان will join، لانه هي سبيسيفيك للسي اتش ال اس، مش هيك؟ مش للجامعه كلها. هيد الاوبن هاوس.
لا، هو بيكون للجامعة كلها، بس بعدين they will divide it into rooms.
اوه اوكي بس all at the same time.
في حتى أتوقع في attendee موجود معنا.
ايه في one attendee، بتصور maybe one of the potential students interested in joining.
إيه.
Yes, hello. Yes.
Dr. Fadel, if you're using a headset, please make sure your audio is connected.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, but let me try to remove the background now. Hello, Malika, thank you. Go to preference and select video preference. Where is preference? New bar, where is preference? Can somebody help me with that, please? How to remove the background and have the camera working, please?
Is the camera on, Fadel?
Yes, normally it should be, but it didn't start. I don't know why.
Did you join from the app or you joined like from the web page?
It's from the web page. I clicked on the link. Go in WebEx, go to, it says to change the background in WebEx, go to preferences and select video, but I don't see preferences here. Do you see them?
Let me see.
Menu bar.
Maybe next to, no, here.
But then you want to change the background, or
Yes.
you want
Yeah,
to...
I want to from the video tab virtual background, scroll into icon. Oh.
Next to, like, you have an icon for mute, right? Next to it, do you see like an icon for video? Like start video or
Yeah.
no?
Audio, video, background here maybe. Okay, here I should say none. Okay, maybe apply. But the camera did not.
See you, it's something changed, but like like it's a black screen.
Yeah. It's black. Yeah, I see. I don't know why. Maybe I should go leave and come back.
It looks like it's working actually. Do you have a small like
Let
a
me
sliding...
disconnect it and connect it again. See if it's changed something.
Okay. Maybe your camera is locked.
Ah, that is better, right?
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I'm afraid that I missed the rehearsal maybe. Was there a rehearsal or?
I didn't attend, but yeah, well, that's okay. It will be fine, Dr. Johan. No worries. When it is your time, it is your turn, just go ahead. Assalamu alaikum, Akhi Muhammad.
عليكم السلام مرحبا دكتور.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, surviving.
You're killing me with the new program.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Now he will have also masters, not just PhD. So.
Well, that's what he's referring to.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's not like with the PhD only. Okay.
But last year you told me not to start.
Yeah.
And we followed.
But when is it going to launch? That's the thing.
It's in for next academic year, for fall, inshallah.
Because I was asking Malika if, because they are, it is mentioned in the slides.
Yes, yeah, but it is in the prospectus as well, etc. But the were a little bit, late.
Yeah.
We told them in September.
Okay, so for the next cycle.
Yeah, for the next cycle, inshallah, yes.
Can somebody tell me how to pronounce the provost's last name properly? Mohammed?
Yeah, just a second. I'm It's Dr. Ala Al-Fukaha. Oh no.
I think I'll just stick to the first name. Al-Fukaha?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Okay, Al-Fukaha. Thank you.
Sure.
You know, we still have 25 minutes before we begin. Are we going to sit for so long?
As you wish.
As recommended that everybody be online at 5 because he doesn't want any delays of faculty not being able to attend because they're in class or they stepped out because they thought
Okay,
it was
we're
just
all
going to start
here,
at
so
6.
we are all here, so let's get back at 5:50. 5:50.
That should be okay. If all in agreement, that should be good.
All good?
Okay.
Johan, by the way, if you want to change the background, like not just the blur, like the one that I selected, that everything in the background would disappear.
Yes, I'm going to do the same.
Yeah, you're muted, Johan. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
So you're all muted. When it's time for you to speak, please unmute yourself so that during the slideshow there's no disturbance. Thank you.
Lita, just a quick question. So, for example, Dr. Johan will start and then he will say, okay, now it's, I finished my part, now it's Dr. Nadi from GPM, or like...
No,
Let me go through it.
Yeah, once Dr. Johan finishes, then Malika will take over, and then she will introduce you, Dr. Nadi, and then
okay.
Dr. Nadi will speak. So basically, it's like this: after provost message is played, then Malika will introduce Dean. Dean speaks. After the Dean speaks, then there's a thanking for the Dean, and then there's introduction to Dr. Johan. That is after which Dr. Johan will speak. Yeah.
Okay,
And
perfect.
after that,
And then...
there's again a thank you for Dr. Johan, and then introduction to Dr. Nadi. And once you're done, then thank you to Dr. Nadi, and then introduction to Dr. Lena by Malika. And then after Dr. Lena speaks, then a thank you from Malika, and then introduction to Dr. Fadel. And then Dr. Fadel speaks.
Okay,
So
perfect.
if you have the script with you, it will make it easier just to understand. But otherwise, just listen to the speaker.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, thank you very much, Lita.
You're welcome.
There are 5 attendees so far. 6.
So more of us than attendees, right?
Sorry?
There's more panelists than attendees.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, but hopefully more will join, I think,
We'll
around
see.
6.
That always happens. They take at least like 15, 20 minutes for the rest of them to join. And at the end, there are like 60, 40 people.
Yeah. Okay.
Lisa, yes, this is better.
And please don't forget to go to the presentation mode.
I can't start unless Marcus joins. Is Marcus here?
No, I don't see him.
Does he know that he has to attend? Malika?
I'm calling him right now.
Okay.
Okay, Marcus just needs a minute. I can start. Till then, we have 27 participants waiting. So all good with that?
If you want him, I think he is one of among the first to talk, so maybe it is more careful to, to wait till he's there.
Yes, but we have to play the video before him, so we still have time.
Okay, good, perfect.
Letha, is there anything you need to do so that the participants can watch?
I was sharing my screen. You were able to see it, yeah?
No, no.
No.
Can you all see my screen now?
No.
No, still not yet.
We were at certain point, Lita, we were seeing this the presentation, but it was interrupted. Yeah, now you started sharing. Can you please go to the yes?
Okay. So you all can see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
How do I know that the participants can hear? Okay, Abdullah, thank you for the thumbs up. I'm guessing you can hear me. Perfect. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. My name is Malika and I'm the Business Support Officer at the College of Health and Life Sciences. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome you all to this exciting event, and I hope tonight inspires and guides you as you consider the next steps in your academic journey. Our goal today is to connect with you so that you can meet the esteemed dean, faculty members, and the team to explore unique academic and research opportunities offered at CHLS. You'll also get valuable insights into our admission process and student support services. Here's what we've got lined up for you today. Lita, agenda, please. Yeah. So as you can see, we've got the provost message followed by dean's remark, college overview, faculty presentations, academic program overview, Q&A session, after admissions requirements, and then closing remarks. Before we dive in, a quick housekeeping note. All lines will be muted until the Q&A session at the end. If you have any questions, please type them into the lower side of the WebEx screen by clicking on the 3 tabs, and we'll address them later. Now, let's kick things off with a warm welcome for University Provost, Dr. Ala Al-Fuqaha.
Dear prospective students, welcome to Hamad bin Khalifa University HBKU, and congratulations for taking the first step in the pursuit of your graduate education journey. The Graduate Open House provides a great opportunity for you to get more information about the university and its academic program offerings. Also, it offers as an opportunity for you to interact with our faculty, researchers, and staff. If you choose to pursue your graduate education at HBKU, you will be empowered with the HBKU mindset. This unique mindset will provide you with ample opportunities to deepen your knowledge in your chosen field of interest, deepen your research and critical thinking abilities, and further develop your leadership, entrepreneurial, communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity skills. We wish you a productive experience at the Graduate Open House and welcome to HBKU.
Malika, you're muted.
Thank you, Dr. Ala, for that inspiring message. Next, let's kick things off with, just give me a minute. I don't think so Dr. Marcus is signed on right now. Lisa, can you unmute him, please?
I can't see him in the panelist.
Maybe he's logged in as attendee here. Dr. Marcus, can you hear me? You're unmuted now. Okay. Next, it's my honor to invite the Dean of the College of Health and Life Sciences, Dr. Marcus Wenck, to provide an overview of the college.
Visual here, but I cannot.
We
But
can hear you.
nevertheless, yeah, that's great. That's already good. Welcome everybody. Thanks for dialing in. Yeah, I'm Marcus. I'm the Dean of CHLS, and just 2 or 3 notes here from my side. You know, CHLS is unique in many ways. We are relatively young and we focus on graduate research. We currently have 6 programs, 3 MSc and 3 PhDs, and you'll hear about this in a short while. All of our coursework is highly interdisciplinary and built on cutting-edge approaches and technologies. For example, our MSc in exercise science is the only graduate program of its kind in Qatar, so we really advance various areas. Our faculty is very energetic, innovative, and collaborative across Education City and beyond. Students at CHLS become part of interdisciplinary teams. We line up with Education City institutions, but increasingly also in Qatar, Hamad Medical, Ministry of Public Health, and others. External partners are in academia, leading healthcare institutions, industry, both in the region and globally. Now, where do we see our graduates in the future and in the job market? Our graduates do have the opportunity to pursue their careers in academia, the pharmaceutical, hopefully, and biomedical industry, as this is being developed here in Qatar, as well as ministries and governmental agencies. Very important for us is that we build our students' capacity, but we really also aspire to be thought leaders in the field, making CHLS the go-to partner for research education in the Middle East. So thank you very much once again for your interest and time. I look forward to hearing more from you, and I now hand over back to Malika and our program coordinators for a more deep dive into the programs. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Marcus, for highlighting the unique aspects of the college. Before we move on to the programs, as Lita scrolls by the presentation, you will see our associate deans as well. Now let's dive deeper into the programs and invite Dr. Johan Eriksson, Associate Professor and Program Coordinator, to give us an overview of the Biological Biomedical Sciences program.
Malika. So both the Master and PhD programs in Biological and Biomedical Sciences are divided in 2 parts. In the first part, which is based on courses, we make sure that everyone is up to date with recent developments in cell biology, human physiology, and disease pathology. In the second part, students will take on a research project to develop their hands-on research skills, which is an important aspect of both programs. There's 2 other transferable skills that students will develop during their journey through their selected program, and they are critical thinking and data analysis. Both these skills will be important for students regardless of their future career choices, since a good understanding of data analysis will be very helpful regardless of what type of data or information that you are dealing with. Obviously, as pointed out by the Dean, creative thinking and problem solving are 2 important life skills, and they are vital in the area of biomedical research. In the BBS program, we are interested in how cells, tissues, and organisms work, either in health or disease. We are especially interested in using our understanding of these processes to improve the treatment options for patients with either common or rare diseases, including cardiometabolic disease and cancer. In order to do this, we use various model systems ranging from cells to worms, fruit flies, mice, and patient samples. The disease focus of the PBS program is also reflected in the research interests of its faculty, where we have experts in metabolic and cardiovascular disease, cancer, infertility, and drug discovery, including the development of molecular tools that can be used for therapeutic target identification and/or disease diagnostics. Examples of this includes gene editing tools to study gene function, the development of biosensors to allow us to monitor different cellular functions in real time, or the development of organ-on-chip models of human disease that will allow us to perform physiologically relevant drug screens in the laboratory setting. So all of this positions us really nicely to address disease mechanisms and help us identify potential drug targets that eventually, we hope, will benefit patients in Qatar, in the region, and hopefully globally. So thank you. Malika?
Thank you, Dr. Johan. That was very insightful. Next, we'll hear from Dr. Nadi, Associate Professor and Program Coordinator, about the Genomics and Precision Medicine Program.
Thank you very much, Malika, for the introduction. So the Genomics and Precision Medicine Program aims to train the next professionals and leaders who will implement precision medicine in Qatar, in the region, and beyond. There's a master's program and a PhD program. The master's program is a 33-credit program. It includes 5 mandatory courses to prepare the students to have a foundation for research. It includes research methods and ethics, molecular pathology, clinical applications in precision medicine, biostatistics. And if you can please go back, Lita, to the previous slide. The duration is 2 years, and the student will be involved in a research project supervised by one of the faculty. And finally, before graduation, the student has to write a thesis and to do a thesis defense as well. The PhD program is a program with a minimum of 60 credits. It includes one mandatory foundation course, which is the Introduction to Data Science. And similarly, the students will be involved in research supervised by one of the faculty. The duration of the PhD program is on average 3.5 to 4 years. Next slide, please. So in this slide, I'll introduce you to the faculty affiliated with the Genomics and Precision Medicine. There's Dr. George, whose main area of research is in cardiovascular disease. Dr. Omar Al-Bagha, who mainly focuses on type 2 diabetes, hypercholesterolemia, and ASD. Dr. Jitesh, who focuses on precision health and machine learning. Dr. Ahsan, who works with the C. elegans model, and his main area of research interest is in epigenetic inheritance, epigenome editing, apoptosis, histone modifications, and DNA damage. And my main area of research is focused on epigenetic with respect to aging and diabetes. Next slide, please, Lita. Thank you. So as I already explained, the research interests and aims of the program are around prediction of disease risk, precise diagnosis of diseases, prediction of response to drugs. We focus also on rare genetic diseases, on aging and senescence, and we use different animal models, cell culture, and we mainly focus also on bioinformatics analysis of data sets from the Qatar Genome Project or from Genomics England. And as you can see in the bottom of the slide, those are the main entities that we collaborate with HMC, Cedra Medicine, Qatar Genome Project, which is now under QPHI, Qatar Precision Health Institute, and the Primary Healthcare Corporation, PHCC. So I hope this was informative, and thank you again for joining this session.
Thank you, Dr. Nadi, for shedding light on this exciting field. Moving on, let's welcome Dr. Lina Majid, Assistant Professor who will provide an overview of, and Program Coordinator, who will provide an overview of the Exercise Science Program.
Yeah, thank you, Malika. Hello, everyone. I'm here to introduce the Exercise Science Program that focuses not just on exercise as a structured mode of activity, but rather more generally on physical activity and health and its relation to well-being, of course, physical and mental health and disease as well. So the program is a 2-year program. It's a joint degree with the University of South Carolina, and it's a 33 credit hour program. Students will focus in the first year on their courses, and four courses will be provided. One of them is Introduction to Public Health. There's the biostatistics, research methods, and physiology of exercise. Student will also have to complete 5 elective courses that would target different topics like cardiopulmonary exercise testing, epidemiology, exercise endocrinology, biomechanics, motor control, or behavioral aspects of physical activity. The second year will be focused on research, and this is where students will collect data in the lab and complete their research thesis. Next slide, Letha, please. Faculty members are composed of 4 faculty, and then we have Dr. Marilyn Locke, who is a postdoctoral researcher. Her expertise is in physical activity, exercise motivation, and health. Dr. Khulud, who is our lab manager, she is also an exercise physiologist. And so we have 2 associate professors, Dr. Paul Grimshaw, who is specialized in biomedical engineering and is focusing on biomechanics of sports and exercise. And Dr. Juan Murias, who is focused on cardiovascular aspects of exercise and exercise prescription. Dr. Nathan Townsend is also in exercise physiology and works in environmental exercise physiology, looking at the effects of environment, like low pressure or high altitude exercise on adaptations, physiological adaptations. And myself, I'm into movement science more generally, and recently I'm focusing on physical activity, health, and well-being in the Qatari population specifically. Lita, could we move on, please? Yes, so our program has 2 main labs. The first one on your left side is the biomechanics lab, in which you will find high-end equipment that would allow students to collect kinematic and kinetic data. So we have a 3D motion capture and analysis system that would be able to reconstruct the body in 3 dimensions in order to analyze all types of movements. We have a force platform as well that gives ground reaction forces. We have EMG system to measure muscle activity, and we have a gait map that would allow gait analysis or basic spatiotemporal analysis of gait. The exercise physiology lab is equipped with, of course, treadmill and cycle ergometers, a gas analyzer, and other sophisticated equipment as well. So just a quick summary of our interest or research topics that are currently ongoing. Lisa, I guess the next slide. Yeah, so I'm just going to give you a brief of the research interest. Some of us are looking at metabolic and cardiovascular and respiratory adaptation to different exercise modalities, whether changes in intensity of the exercise or the duration, for example. So as I told you, some of us also are looking at environmental aspects and how they affect adaptations when exercising. But we also look at physical activity more generally as like a movement behavior, 24-hour behavior of human. This is related to lifestyles. And we know that sedentary behaviors nowadays is a big problem. And in Qatar specifically, people are not very physically active. We know that around 90% of adolescents do not meet the minimal physical activity guidelines. Some of us are also looking at biomechanical aspects of movement and looking at gait analysis or how people walk, and this could be a real good indicator of health and disease in several populations. So we work with partners and collaborators from Qatar University, from Aspetar and South Carolina mainly, but we also have several collaboration within Qatar and abroad. And we would be happy to see you hopefully next semester or next academic year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lina, for that detailed overview. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Fadel Taseer, Professor and Program Coordinator, to share insights into the Biopsychological and Neuroscience Program.
Thank you, Malika. Good evening, everyone. Many thanks for attending. So the Biopsychology and Neuroscience has two programs, a PhD that we started 2 years ago and a master that we will be starting in fall 2025. So the master's is typically achieved into 2 years and consists of 33 credits that include 5 core courses, 3 elective courses, attendance of the research seminars, a research work that lasts for 2 semesters, and writing and defense of a master thesis. The PhD can be completed in 3.5 years. It consists of 60 credits and include 2 mandatory courses, 4 electives, participation to the CHLS research seminars, and a research work for a minimum of 6 semesters, writing and defenses of a PhD thesis. Next slide, please, Lita. So the BNS programs are in fact the latest developed by the College of Health and Life Sciences. They are, however, the first in Qatar and the Middle East and North Africa region to tackle the biological foundations of mental health, and the first academic initiatives that aims to understand the molecular and cellular mechanisms underlying mental health and diseases. The Qatar National Vision 2030 noted that rapid economic and population growth of Qatar, together with intersection of highly competitive pressure driven by modern work patterns, promotes emotional, physical, and mental health strains with impact on both individuals and families. The Ministry of Public Health reported that 25% of adults who attend consultations in primary health care centers had at least one type of mental disorders. For instance, 9% of the primary health care community suffer from depression, while 10% exhibit anxiety and stress disorders. Next slide, please. Mental health is very important in our societies. It determines how we feel, how we handle stress, anxiety, how we behave at home, in the supermarkets, in the office, and how we make day-to-day decisions. Nerve cells which elicit our behavior, are fascinating and unique cells in that they are the only ones in our organism that can generate an action potential and transform biochemical signals into electrical signals. And we know how they do that, but we have no clue as how they transform those signals into words, into thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Therefore, we believe that neuroscience is the discipline of health science and precision health, where the most important and impactful discoveries are yet to be made. Next slide, please. So the research projects in biopsychology and neuroscience combine dry and wet lab work. The students will be performing in silico search, data mining and analysis, and using different bioinformatic tools. But they will also, all of them will also conduct functional studies in experimental models to sample the physiological value of their finding and assess the relevance of variants and mutations in their favorite genes. There are currently 2 primary faculty members in the BNS program and 1 senior scientist, and these are Dr. Mohammed Farhan, Dr. Mohammed Aitalb, and myself. However, the college is actively recruiting 2 other faculty members, and we hope they will join us by the fall. We are using neural stem cells, primary cultures of neurons, brain organoids, flies, mice, and human samples to try to understand how neurons are specified from neural stem cells, how they form neuronal network and how they talk to each other, how experience and social interactions remodel these networks, thereby shaping and reshaping our personality and behavior throughout life. And finally, how dysfunctions in these neuronal networks cause mental diseases. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Fadel. That was very fascinating. Of course, understanding how to apply is just as important as exploring our programs. I'd like to invite Muhammad Al-Salat to walk us through the admission process.
Thank you, Malika. Thank you, professors. Thank you all for joining our session. My name is Muhammad Al-Salat. I'm the admissions specialist here at HBKU. So I'm going to talk briefly, and later on we'll elaborate if you have any more questions regarding the admission requirements. So applicants seeking admission to the CHLS graduate programs at HBKU should have a strong academic record with a minimum GPA of 3 out of 4 or what's equivalent from a recognized university. So applicants to the Master of Science programs should have a bachelor's degree, while applicants to PhD programs should have a master's degree at the very least. Applicants to MS or PhD programs in genomics and precision medicine or biological and biomedical sciences, biopsychology and neurosciences should have a strong background in science and evidence of coursework in biological and medical sciences. The applicants seeking admission to the Masters of Science in Exercise Science program should have a bachelor's degree in exercise science or a related field, for example, biological or biomedical sciences. The applicants are required to submit a valid IELTS score of a minimum of 6.5 or a TOEFL score of 79 to demonstrate their proficiency in English, and exemption is possible. Next slide, please. So the application requirements, an online application through our official website. The application will be a 2-part application where the first part you fill out all your information, your educational background, and so on. And the second part will be the required documents which are listed here, the academic transcripts, as I said, minimum of 3 out of 4 GPA, a grading scale or the grading key or the grading tools that are used in order to see which how are the marks calculated and how are they rated based on that university system. TOEFL, as I said, is a minimum of 79 or an out of 65. 6.5, or an official letter from the university stating that the medium of instruction is English will exempt you from the English proficiency tests that are required. A personal statement, about a page and a half, where you talk about yourself, talk about your aspirations, why you're interested in the program, and so on. An updated CV, the identification documents, which include passports, and for residents and Qatari nationals, the QID and the passport. 2 letters of recommendations for the programs of biological biomedical sciences and genomics and precision medicine. 3 letters of recommendation for the MS in exercise science program and the PhD in biopsychology and neuroscience. And what is newly implemented, there's an application fee of 250 riyals that is done through a bank transfer or through mobile apps. Unfortunately, the online payment is not yet implemented. Hopefully soon we can resolve that and make it much easier for the applicants to do the application fee payments. Next slide, please. These are the most important dates. So the deadlines for the applications. The admission application deadline for international students is 2nd of Feb of next year. The admission application deadline for Qatari and residents who wish to apply for funding is on 13th on the 13th of March. So you have to apply before that. And from 14th until 1st of May, all the applications coming on that time will be considered late applications. There is priority to those who apply before 13th of March for funding. So funding is not guaranteed if it's an option for those who apply late. So for further information, you can see the website directly to the College of Health and Life Sciences. And if you have any more queries or you have questions later on, other than the questions that we are going to answer, you can email admissions.chls@hbku.edu.qa. Thank you, and back to you, Malika.
Thank you, Mohammed, for breaking that down so clearly. If you missed to note down the email address, you can find everything on the website. Finally, we have a special video to showcase the many ways our student affairs team supports your journey at HBKU. Lita, can you play the video, please? Thank you.
قسم المشاركة الطلابية في إدارة شؤون الطلاب هو أحد الأقسام الداعمة للطلاب في جامعة حمد بن خليفة، والذي يسهم بشكل كبير في دعم الطلاب وإشراكهم وإخراطهم في الأنشطة غير الأكاديمية. هناك أنشطة رياضية، هناك أنشطة ثقافية، هناك أنشطة تعليمية، جميعها تكون خارج المنهج التعليمي، ولكن كلها يصب في النهاية نتائجها تصب في النتيجة التعليمية لكل طالب.
كل سنة الفرق عندنا عددها يكثر. عندنا لحد الآن 6 فرق رياضية، فريق كرة قدم فئة بنين، فريق كرة سلة فئة بنين وبنات، فريق كرة طائرة بنين وبنات، وعندي فريق فئة شباب كريكت.
احنا طبعا نتواصل في إدارة شؤون الطلاب من خلال إدارة التواصل المجتمعي وشؤون الطلاب مع الجامعات الشريكة الموجودة في قطر فاونديشن من خلال ما يسمى بالكارير سيرفيسز اللي هو الخدمات المهنية. قمنا في السابق في موضوع اللي هو المعرض المهني كارير فير. أيضا عملنا في السابق برنامج كان لقادة المجتمع، دعينا في معظم رؤساء الشركات وأيضا بعض الوزراء مثل التعرف على الجامعة وتعريفهم ببرامج الجامعة اللي تطرحها.
احنا في إدارة شؤون الطلاب نهتم خاصة في ناحية العلاقات المجتمعية كتوقيع اتفاقيات، كزيارة الشركات الخاصة والغير خاصة للتعريف عن جامعة حمد بن خليفة، وتواصل اتفاقيات من ناحية توفير فرص للطلاب او للخريجين، او انك اذا شركات او القطاع الخاص عندهم مثلا وجهات نظر كالتعاون، ممكن احنا نخدمها تحت اطار اتفاقيه او تحت اطار اللي هو تعاون مشترك وياها.
And with that, we conclude the formal part of our session, and it's now time for your questions. And before we begin with all the wonderful questions, we need to address just the scholarship part, because most of your questions are related to that. HBKU as a whole is modifying the scholarship model. So all we can say is that once you've been admitted, you will be invited to apply for scholarship. Thank you. Let's begin. So there is a question, two questions. Is it possible to apply for 2 or more programs at a time? And in case if we wish to apply for 2 programs, are we required to pay admission fees twice? I think you can apply for 2 programs at a time, and there will be 1 admission fees. Mohammed, would you like to take this?
I can't see the question actually. Don't see any questions in the question and answer.
I can
in
see
chat.
in the chat.
In chat.
Okay.
Chat box, yes.
Okay. Okay. No, yeah, so it's only going to be 1 payment for the 2 programs. So it's 1 payment for 1 account, I guess, and each applicant, I guess, can have a maximum of 2 applications, so you can attach the same receipt for both applications. It's going to be fine.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Mohammed, can I just ask one question? Is there still a order of priority if a student registers for 2 programs? Does he or she need to precise which is the first choice and second choice, or not at all?
Unfortunately, no, there's no prioritization on the application like it used to before. Okay. But I guess at the time we can just ask the student if he's been selected to 2 programs, which one he prefers.
Thank you.
Dr. Fadel, there is a question for you. In your
Yes.
area of research, do you use induced pluripotent stem cells?
Yes, yes, we do.
Right. There is a question from Sadia. I'm a graduate of human psychology. Can I apply for MS Exercise Science?
Yes, of course. I think she's a graduate of human physiology.
Yes.
Yeah, so this fits well.
Perfect. Another one for BNS. How many recommendation letters are needed for MS and neuroscience?
For MS, there is no requirement for recommendation letters. For the PhD, I think it's 2. I'm almost sure it's 2 recommendation letters.
PhD program is 3 recommendation letters.
3? Okay, sorry. So 3 for the PhD, none for the masters.
Okay. Mohammed, there's a question if there's a possibility to waive the application fees.
To waive the application fee, you have to make an official request with the justification to the admissions email. So it's just admissions@hbku.edu.qa, not to the one that's associated with the College of Health and Life Sciences.
Okay. Next question from Muttasim. I applied for a PhD program in biomedical sciences last year, but was not admitted. I'm a microbiologist with over 8 years of hands-on experience in clinical, educational, and research settings. Currently, I'm working at the Biomedical Research Center at QU, and I have a GPA of 3.48 in my master's program. What steps can I take to strengthen my application for inclusion in the program?
Yeah, that's a good question. What I usually tell students is that they are more than welcome to send their student or their application ID to me, and I will do my best to make sure that they are fully evaluated by the admission committee. That is the short-term answer. So if this particular student or potential future student could send me an email of the application ID, that would be very helpful.
Thank you, Dr. Johan. Yes, I would recommend anybody who has specific questions just for them, better to take time out and write an email to the program coordinators that you just met, and they can answer it better. Moving on to the next question from Alfia. I'm a Pharma D graduate. Which fields are suitable for me? I'm guessing she said pharmacy graduate.
Yes.
I can maybe
Yes, Doctor of Pharmacy.
So she can apply for the Masters in Genomics and Precision Medicine. We have already students who finished their PharmD who are currently enrolled in this program. And I'm sure she can also apply for the BNS and probably also to the BBS program as well.
Yeah, I think
And
she can apply to any, depending on what she really is interested in.
And I saw there's another question related to GPM. So from Asra Mustafa. So she said if the MSc in Genomics and Precision Medicine focuses more on wet or dry lab work as bioinformatics. So this depends on the supervisor who you will choose to work with for your thesis project. You can select faculty affiliated with the program who are more working on bioinformatics analysis, or you can select other faculty, for example, Dr. Ahsan, who mainly the projects will be wet lab. You can also work with other faculty affiliated with different programs, such as BBS or BNS, but mainly you will have specific courses that you will be taking related to genomics and precision medicine.
Thank you, Dr. Nadi. So there is a question regarding IELTS from Dana. As we are required to have 6.5 score in IELTS, I have a BSc from the UK. Do I still have to ask the university for a letter?
Well, the thing is, no, if it's just to, get the application going, no, but later on, if she's selected for admission, she will be required to provide proof. So we're insisting that she finds any of the paperwork that goes on from the universities in the UK. They have lots of paper coming in with the transcript, and some of them do mention that the language of instruction that was in the program is English. So if she can't find that, she can just take a screenshot. But if it's just for the application for it to go through, if she meets the minimum the other requirements, yes, it would go to the faculty without a problem. But later on, we would require that letter.
Thank you, Mohammed. There's a question from Rosie, giving a background about herself. I'm an international student currently pursuing my master's degree in China with an expected graduation in June next year. My major is clinical medicine with a focus on dermatology, and my graduate research has been centered around immunology. I have come across two programs at your esteemed institution, that is genomics and BBS. She's curious to determine which specific program supervisors are associated with. And as their profiles only indicate, if you would like to see faculty profiles, please go to the website. All the faculty are listed as the staff, and their publications, their research background is quite informative. There is also a question regarding funding, about being Qatari or residents. It's the same mode to apply for funding. When you're applying, there will be different questions, so just answer those based on your background. Moving on. I came from Gaza to Thumama. I studied bachelor degree with physical education and master's degree in curricula and teaching methods. I would like to study for PhD in physical education. Is that possible?
Thing is, we don't have a PhD program yet in exercise science. So maybe in the future, maybe Dr. Lena, you can elaborate. There's a plan for the future.
Hopefully. But yeah, we have a Master of Science in Exercise Science, which is very closely related to physical education. So yeah, it's up to the applicant to determine if they want to go for a PhD.
Thank you, Dr. Lena. Thank you, Mohammed. There is a question about applying for 2 programs in different colleges. I think that's fine as well, right, Mohammed?
Yes, it is fine.
Thank you. Nasser asked, I'm taking graduate classes in QU, would like to transfer to HBKU. Do you take credits or transfer credits, I guess?
This is actually up to the faculty if they're going to consider counting on the credit hours. You will have to provide the courses or the curriculum and like what they call it is
syllabus.
Yeah, the syllabus along with the information about each course that he has taken.
Okay, next question. Can a student who studied master's degree in chemistry join the doctoral program in health and biological sciences?
Yes, we've had admins that are graduates of chemistry before, so yeah, it is possible.
Thank you, Mohammed. There's another question regarding IELTS. If they don't get the required score, how does it affect the admissions?
Again?
If they do not have the required IELTS score, how does that affect the admissions?
See, the thing is that if they didn't do their IELTS, usually, or almost all the Arabic countries, except I think 1 or 2, are teaching science programs in English. If the student did not study in English, they will have to provide IELTS. Other than that, if they studied in English and their IELTS score is not a minimum of 6.5, they can provide the letter which would exempt them from that requirement.
Okay. There's a question regarding GRE as well. Will it be waived for master students applying to PhD program? What are the requirements for obtaining the 3rd class scholarship? And later on, they go on talking about 4th class and CSE scholarship. We don't have that.
GRE is only required to one program in the College of Science and Engineering. It's not mandatory in the College of Health and Life Sciences.
Yeah.
Thank you. Saida asks, I'm currently a PhD student in biology enrolled in University in Lebanon, where I have completed my coursework and passed the comprehensive exam. I'm planning to transfer to HBKU to continue PhD. Could you please advise if it's possible to transfer credits and progress, or would I need to start the program from the beginning? Additionally, would a collaboration between 2 institutions facilitate the transition?
Again, we'll have to see She will need to provide the course curriculum information about all the courses she has taken. Then the faculty will decide if they're gonna count these into her course study, but there is a possibility that they will not be counted. So the student has to know that if they're thinking about transferring, not all the credits or maybe any of the credits will be counted. So there is a possibility she starts all over. However, it's still a decision to be done by the faculty.
Thank you, Mohammed. Can one of the faculty please shed some light on, once the student starts with research, do they get to choose how the process is about the field of research that they want to do the thesis on?
Yes, so I was actually going to address that question. So when you apply to a program, and the same is true if you're admitted to a program. And this is true for both masters and PhD. So once you have been admitted, you should start looking for a potential supervisor among the faculty. Ideally, if you have been admitted to the BBS program, you should try to find a supervisor from that particular program, but there is nothing that prevents you from selecting another supervisor, as far as I know. So that is important to remember, that you don't have to select a supervisor before applying or before being admitted. This will come natural based on your research interests as you start your program. So if you identify a person within the faculty, regardless of program, that aligns with your interests, you're free to approach that person and see if there is a mutual interest.
Thank you, Dr. Johan. Next question from Atika. Is it mandatory to submit reference letters or to submit the names, email, and contact numbers of the referees?
No, when requesting a recommendation letter, you only have to add in the name and the email, if I'm not mistaken, or only the email. It's fine. So the person will receive, or the recommender will receive an email where there is a form and there's an option whether to attach a recommendation letter or not, but the form has to be filled out. There's like a questionnaire and a space where the recommender can write in there. Some of them do fill out the questionnaire and attach a recommendation letter. Some of them do write what's like the content of the recommendation letter inside the box after the questionnaire, which is fine both ways.
Thank you, Mohammed. Is there any criteria to waive GPA requirements from bachelor's, work experience, or ASCP certification?
Yeah, I had the question a lot. Unfortunately, no.
Thank you. Does the PhD program require some previous experience or only a master's and bachelor's degree in the area?
I mean, for PhD programs, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If they have experience, that's a plus. But
yes, it is not required.
It's not. Yeah, it's not required.
Thank you. GRE test is a requirement for application in MSGPM? Question mark. No, thank you.
GRE, for any of those who are asking, GRE is not mandatory in any of the College of Health and Life Sciences program. However, if you have done the GRE, that would be as something to strengthen your application. But other than that, if you don't want to do it, it's fine.
Okay, thank you, Mohammed. Salana asks, I have applied for PhD GPM. I would like to know about the advising process, like how are students matched with advisors?
So I will reiterate what Dr. Johan mentioned. So first you start with taking the coursework, then you get to meet the faculty, and then you could see who of the faculty is working on research projects that are interesting for you. You can talk to the faculty, and then afterwards you could decide whether you would work together. We don't have a rotation process in the program, and the selection of the supervisor does not happen before admission. It happens actually after admission in the second semester of the program. And you can work with the primary faculty or with affiliated joint or adjunct faculty as well.
Thank you, Nadi. Is MBBS considered as master's or bachelor's degree if they're applying for PhD?
It's considered as a bachelor's.
Thank you. I'm a dentist, passionate about MS in exercise science, currently working as RA. What are my chances at securing admissions?
So this would depend on several variables, like for example, the GPA and experience, courses that were completed. Yeah, so we try to look at it more holistic way.
Thank you, Dr. Lina. There is a question about program timings. If one of you could shed light on that.
Program timing.
Class timings.
So the classes start in the afternoon at 4 p.m.
There are classes happening anytime during the day, right? 3 hours
Yes.
each class. It can
Yes.
be in the morning, afternoon, or evening. Last class is at 4 o'clock. And
But
the
we are,
first,
sorry, go ahead, Malika.
and the first could be 8 o'clock. Go ahead, Dr. Fadel.
Yes. No, we are trying to have all core courses from 4 to 7 p.m. The others, the elective courses, can be any time during the day, starting from 9 a.m.
Thank you for that clarification. There's a question from Ravan. I have a bachelor's in environmental health and safety. Can I apply for MS GPM or BBS?
I would recommend that she applies maybe for sustainability in the College of Science and Engineering. I think she wouldn't have like the right background for the GPM or the BBS.
There are still many questions regarding the scholarship. There is scholarship available, but we cannot tell you what it's going to be because it's still under committee feedback. Are there stipends available for students who get admission in masters? Should we email specific professors whose research work speaks to us and the ones we wish to work under in future? Will that strengthen our application for PhD?
Question has already been answered by Dr. Nadi and Dr. Johan. So yes, they can contact faculty members, even though we don't advise this, we don't recommend that. The student will have plenty of time during the first year while they are doing their courses to meet all the faculty members within their own programs and even outside of the programs and make decisions. There are possibilities, sometimes possibilities for faculty members to offer scholarship on grants, but this again, the students are free to contact the faculty members when they have been enrolled in a specific program.
Thank you, Fidel. Syed asks, I've done masters in medicinal chemistry. Which program I can apply at HBKU? And is IELTS score validity? What's the IELTS score validity from examination date?
Okay, for Said Alvi, I think it's fine to apply to both programs. As I mentioned, there has to be a proven background of coursework in biological and biomedical sciences. Should the IELTS score should have the validity from the examination date? IELTS score has a validity of 2 years. If the for us, if the IELTS score has expired during the period of the application, it's fine with us because we consider that this time it was valid, but maybe you had to prepare other paperwork or stuff and then it expired. That would be fine. So if the IELTS score expires from October until February, you're fine. If it expires later on, then it would be considered. Sorry, if it expires before that date, then it will not be considered.
Thank you, Mohammed. There is Sana, who has Bachelor in Biomedical Science and Masters in Business Administration with 9 years of experience in research. Can she apply for Precision Medicine Masters or PhD?
Yeah, that's a difficult question. I don't know, maybe she writes me an email, it would be better, and then I have to discuss with the dean and other faculty. Like she has the background related to her studies, her bachelor studies, but I would actually prefer if she does the master's in genomics and precision medicine first, and because she did the master's in business.
Thank you, Nadi. Sarah asks, if I apply for BNS and I have expertise in immunology and stem cells, can I implement this in research project?
Yes, it is possible, provided that there is a faculty member who is interested in a specific question or a research program that fits her interest. But it is possible. We are using indeed stem cells in several research programs, and immunology and immunological considerations are not far from our interest and research program. So it is possible, but she has to talk to, she or he has to talk to specific faculty members.
Thank you, Dr. Fadel. Is there an age restriction to apply for PhD?
No.
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 And are there postdoc roles available after PhD?
There might be, so it depends.
We are talking about 4 years down the line, so.
So there are like postdoctoral positions available in the college. No open positions at the moment, but like in 4 years there could be open positions. But postdocs are postdoctoral scientists are an essential component of the college.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Nadi. And in the past, we have hired our PhD graduates as postdoc.
Yes, and we continue to do that. Some faculty members continue to do that when they are happy with their PhD students, and when they have grants, for instance, they can very well recruit their own PhD students. Yes.
Thank you.
But nothing is automatic.
Yes. How do you evaluate students for scholarship? What are the selection criteria?
Like we mainly look at the application, and we try to evaluate it from different aspects. We try to look at the research experience, see if the candidate has published, for example, research articles, review articles, and so on. We look also at the GPA and the performance of the applicant during the interview. If and like the committee tries to assess the potential of the applicant based on the interview and based also on the application, whether they are a good fit to the program or not.
Thank you, Dr. Nadi. Sadia asks, can a person with CGPA of 3.2 get a scholarship in Masters of Science in Exercise Science, or is there a particular CGPA requirement?
I think Dr. Nadi answered that. Yeah, so this will depend on the pool of applicants that we have. And usually students who get scholarships are those who are ranked in the top. So it will depend on the cohort and the availability of scholarships as well.
Maybe it is worth to mention that we were talking about criteria for admissions, but basically until now, all admitted students receive or received scholarships unless they are working students. It may change next year, but until now, all admitted students receive scholarships. But of course, not all applicants will be admitted.
Is it mandatory to have set of publications and be the first author in the set you have to apply for PhD program in BBS or PMG, GPM?
No, not for getting admitted, but there will be there are publication requirements in order to graduate from the PhD programs, not from the masters.
Okay, I apologize for the background noise.
If I may add, it's actually a plus. So
yes.
If they already have
plus, yes,
it would be a plus, yeah, but it's not a requirement.
Malika, just like because I'm scrolling down, trying to follow up with the questions. The person who asked about the exercise science with the GPA of 3.2.
Yes.
Mentioned here that's out of 5.
Yes.
Yeah, she does not meet the minimum requirements for when it's converted. It's going to be less than 3 out of 4. So she does not meet the minimum requirement GPA.
So in that case, would she have to apply to a special committee or?
It depends if she's
national or
national or a resident here.
Thank you. Just give me a minute, please. Mohammed, can you take over the questions meantime?
Sure, because I was trying to like follow up with where you are.
Thank you. Just a minute.
I can continue if you want.
If you were following up, you can tell me which question she's at, and I can.
So from Atika Jabin, I heard there may be an event in Education City next week where interaction with HBKU faculty and other QF members would be possible. If yes, please provide details of the event.
There is an event. I don't know if it's. We have not like discussed it as the admissions team here. There is the event Study in Education City. So it's like the priority, if I'm not mistaken, is for the bachelor's program available at our university. But I don't know if the graduate studies will be included. If there is any update, you'll find it on the main website or any of the social media pages of the university, the official ones, please.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mohammed. There is a question about from Isra. If for masters in GPM, should the recommendation letters be both academic or is a volunteering recommendation letter accepted?
Preferably, it should be academic.
Thank you, Nami. As I have submitted my application for PhD, I would like to know whether I can do more to secure my admission and scholarship. I think wait for admission process to finish and hear back from us. Are the lectures every day? What are the contact hours? I think we've answered that. Yes, they can be
Usually,
depending on.
full-time students have to take 9 credit hours. So this would mean they have to take 3 courses. So basically, the lectures will be over 3 days. So 3 hours every day for three days out of the week.
Thank you, Nadi.
And
There are
for exercise science, we go up to 4 courses per semester for the first year.
Thank you, Dr. Lena. There are no publication requirements for admission to any of the CH. Oh, that's Johan. Sorry. Next question. We've got it. As an international student, how can I make my payment if online options are unavailable? Could you provide details on alternative methods like bank transfers?
Yeah, so once you finish the first part, as I mentioned, the first part of the application is to fill out the information. When it's time to fill out or attach the required documents, the applicant will receive an email that includes a link which will take them to a page with the full details of the account number of Qatar Foundation that they need to send to.
Thank you, Mohammed. Azza asks, I studied bachelor's degree in physical education and master's degree in current. I think we've gone through this. Does the university support career development like job placement services?
That goes with the student affairs if they can. Usually student affairs and outreach, they try to provide some chances, and also there are like the chances or if there are openings in the university like the doctors have mentioned, the postdoctoral positions. Yeah, but usually the student affairs tries to help the students with their job placements.
Yeah, they used to organize career fairs as well, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Are there internship positions for international PhD students? We do have student employment opportunities. That also lies with student affairs. And depending on budget, we try to open as many opportunities for students to apply to. And if you are receiving scholarship, you will be expected to work with one of the faculty members. Can I raise my IELTS score after January, or do I have to get it before that?
Raise my answer, but yes, it is possible if the applicant has already applied and he meets the minimum English requirement. Yes, if he wants to update it later on, yes, we can do an update, but I would not recommend that if you meet the minimum requirement. It's up to you. If they want, yes, that would change maybe what we rate him as on his English or her English proficiency. But if they meet the minimum requirement, I don't think it's a good thing to do IELTS again just to raise their score. Maybe they can do the GRE, which is better for them to strengthen their application.
Thank you, Mohammed. Another question for you. If the payment is not made, will the application be processed and considered for admissions?
Could be returned to the applicant until they do the payment, unless if they are facing problems still, they can, as I mentioned, email the admissions email, the general admissions email, which is admissions@hbku.edu.qa, to request a waiver and provide justifications on why there's a problem with the transfer.
Thank you, Mohammed. Salna asks, as a PhD applicant, I would like to know, will it affect my admission if my paper is under review for publication?
Yeah, we already answered these questions. So publications are not required for applications. They are a plus. So if they are under the review, and yes, depends where in the review and they are, but if they are published, it is a clear plus. If it is under review, as long as a paper is not accepted or published, there is no paper.
Thank you, Fidel. Sarah asks, can I calculate or convert my GPA to study in the UK?
You can, but we would do that once you apply. We would do that.
Admissions team will calculate for you. Thank you very much. I think that's all questions that we have.
I see there's one question addressed to me from Maha. So Maha, if you already reached the interview stage, then your application is competitive, but there are several faculty who are on the committee, on the admissions committee, and then based on their scores and their evaluation, we decide who of the students to admit. Definitely, if you apply for a master's program, this might increase your chances, but I would recommend that you send me an email, and then I can discuss with you what are the possibilities.
Thank you, Nadi. With this, we are going to end our Q&A session. Thank you all for your wonderful questions and for taking time to join us this evening. If you need further assistance, feel free to reach out to the respective department or visit CHLS website for more information. I wish you all the best in your academic pursuits, and I hope to see you soon at CHLS. Good night, and thank you, everyone. Thank you, PCs and Lita.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good night to all. Bye.
Good luck with your applications.
Yes.
Just a last thing. Do you want to take a screenshot of us?
Yes, please.
Because I remember we decided to do that. Yeah, just smile and I can do that. Okay.
Done? Or not yet?
Lita, I've taken one.
Yeah, I've taken one also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And see
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.